betrayal can be a devastating force, capable of turning love and loyalty into heartbreak and anguish. Few stories encapsulate this drama more poignantly than that of Kobe Bryant and his family. A basketball legend admired for his skill and tenacity, Kobe was not just a superstar, he was a devoted husband and father. But following his tragic death, his wife Vanessa stumbled upon shocking revelations that would forever change their family's narrative. What she uncovered is a gut-wrenching tale of disrespect and betrayal that highlights not just the fragility of life, but also the importance of dignity in the face of tragedy. What happens when the very people you trust to uphold justice take advantage of your worst moment? Let's dive into this heartbreaking story and explore the true impact of betrayal. In the dim light of grief, a harsh betrayal came to light after the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant. As Vanessa mourned the catastrophic loss of her husband and their daughter, a shocking revelation unfolded. It was discovered that deputies from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department chose to share graphic photographs from the helicopter crash site, where her loved ones tragically perished. This heinous act, driven by a complete disregard for humanity, marked a painful twist in Vanessa's journey of sorrow. Rather than treating the crash with the dignity and respect that such a tragedy deserved, these officers began sharing intimate details that would haunt any family. It was reported that the deputies pulled out their phones to take shocking images that served no purpose other than to gossip or gain respect among peers. The sheer cruelty of it left Vanessa grappling not only with her profound loss, but now with the notion that her tragic reality was being trivialized by those sworn to protect the community. This was more than a breach of professionalism. It was a blatant betrayal of the trust placed in law enforcement during a time when compassion should have reigned supreme. Vanessa found herself fighting an internal battle, a battle where the loss of her family was compounded by the fear of their tragic end being turned into fodder for casual conversations. The harrowing truth shook her to her core, igniting a fire within her that demanded justice. What Vanessa uncovered was the epitome of disrespect, and the emotional weight of it would push her to take a stand, not just for herself, but for the sanctity of her loved ones' memories. The world was about to witness the lengths she would go to ensure that this betrayal did not go unchallenged. The disturbing details. Imagine the horror that Vanessa Bryant faced upon learning that, mere hours after the tragic helicopter crash, first responders were not only on the scene, but were also snapping photos of the wreckage. These images, graphic, heartbreaking, and disrespectful, were being shared without any thought to the victim's dignity. The reality that people trained to protect and serve were turning a disaster site into a photo opportunity is chilling. It wasn't investigative work. This was cruelty wrapped in a badge. One deputy, in particular, even allegedly shared these images with friends at a bar, equating the loss of life to mere fodder for conversation. This disgusting breach of privacy and respect only compounded Vanessa's grief. The thought of her husband and daughter being reduced to sensationalism was a betrayal no one should ever have to endure. It's an unspeakable violation that not only spitefully goes against the very essence of humanity, but also adds layers to her pain at a time when she needed compassion the most. Vanessa wasn't merely mourning. She was thrust into a battle against disrespect in its most egregious form, while grappling with her unimaginable loss. This story gets darker and strays into territory few can fathom. What happened next would shock everyone. Vanessa's grief and response. In the wake of unimaginable loss, Vanessa Bryant faced not only the heart-wrenching reality of losing her husband and daughter, but also an insidious betrayal that intensified her sorrow. The grief hung heavily over her, every moment punctuated by the pain of their absence. Yet, what loomed over her even more was the haunting realization that some individuals had taken a tragedy and cheapened it by sharing graphic images for their own entertainment. This revelation was more than just a blow. It was an invasion of her family's sanctity. Vanessa found herself battling not only her emotions, but the desire to protect the dignity of her loved ones. She was fighting against a tide of public fascination that trivialized their deaths. This led her to take a stand, not just for herself but for all families who suffer similar fates. Vanessa made it clear she would not remain silent about this deep betrayal. With poise and resolve, she began vocalizing her outrage and hurt, shining a light on the need for accountability. Her grief fueled her determination to demand justice, not only for her family but to ensure that no one would have to endure such disrespect in their most vulnerable moments. In the face of overwhelming pain, Vanessa transformed her grief into a rallying cry for change, highlighting the importance of respecting the privacy of victims and their families in the wake of tragedy. Instead of allowing the betrayal to consume her, Vanessa took decisive action. She turned her deep sorrow into a powerful message, ensuring the world knew that mourning should be met with honor, not exploitation. Every statement and every action served as a reminder that grief can also be a catalyst for strength and resilience. In the days following Kobe Bryant's tragic crash, Vanessa faced a whirlwind of grief, distress, and anger. The betrayal of the deputies who exploited the situation fueled her determination to fight back. But this wasn't just a personal fight. It was about demanding accountability for those who abused their power in the most devastating way. Vanessa knew she had to take a stand, not only for herself but for all families who might experience a similar heartbreak in the future. The lawsuit became a symbol of her relentless quest for justice. She meticulously outlined in court how the actions of the deputies caused her unimaginable pain. It wasn't merely about the photos. It was about treating victims with dignity and respect, something that should never be undermined, especially in their final moments. As details of her legal battle unfolded, public support surged, and demands for systemic change echoed throughout the community. Vanessa understood that this was more than just a financial matter. It carried the weight of moral obligation. She pressed for reforms in protocols and policies regarding sensitive incidents, recognizing that accountability wasn't just about compensating the Bryants, but ensuring protections for all victims' families in future tragedies. As the world watched, the pressure mounted on the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to respond to Vanessa's claims. The eyes of the media shone brightly on a case that had implications extending far beyond a single family's loss. It questioned the very integrity of law enforcement's responsibility to the public. How could a system designed to protect citizens allow such a betrayal to occur? With every hearing and every statement she made, Vanessa's resolve became a rallying cry for change, an emblem of survival amid sorrow, igniting conversations about ethics, justice, and the sanctity of life. She became a fierce advocate, not only for justice but for respect, reminding everyone that behind every statistic is a human being deserving of compassion. With each step of her legal journey, the narrative shifted from mere victimization to a powerful stand against systemic failures. This fight for accountability became a relentless pursuit of a promise that no family should ever have to endure such indignities. And through her tireless efforts, Vanessa not only sought justice for her family, but lit a path for others, inspiring countless individuals to stand up against injustices in their own lives. The determination she displayed set the stage for a showdown that would ultimately reverberate through the hallways of law enforcement, leading to a necessary reckoning. It proved that even in the face of profound heartbreak, a voice can rise up and demand change. Her battle was more than personal. It was a revolution for dignity, respect, and accountability, something that should be guaranteed to every family in times of tragedy. Amid the shocking revelations regarding the betrayal faced by Vanessa Bryant, public response surged with an overwhelming mix of outrage and support. As details of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department's actions emerged, fans, celebrities, and advocates everywhere took to social media to voice their anger. The hashtag Justice for Vanessa quickly spread across platforms, garnering widespread attention. In a world where personal tragedies can often go unnoticed, the public's reaction illuminated a collective consciousness unwilling to accept such violations of privacy. Mourners, fans, and even some within the law enforcement community expressed their disgust at the deputy's behavior, calling for accountability and immediate reforms. High-profile figures, including fellow athletes and public figures, rallied behind Vanessa, amplifying the message on platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Supporters lined up to share heartfelt messages, emphasizing that the families of victims deserve dignity in their grieving process, not further trauma. Community organizations began organizing peaceful demonstrations, advocating for changes to ensure that such reckless actions never repeat themselves. Furthermore, public forums erupted with discussions around ethics in law enforcement and the responsibilities that come with such authority. Questions were raised about training, accountability, and how to uphold the trust that communities expect from those sworn to protect them. This significant wave of support and solidarity didn't just highlight Vanessa's battle. It opened a conversation around the broader implications of trauma and the human capacity for empathy in the face of unimaginable loss. As the public continued to rally around Vanessa, it became clear that her fight was not just for her family. It resonated deeply with anyone who had ever faced betrayal or loss. The court decision. As the case rolled into the courtroom, both sides braced for a battle that would draw national attention. Vanessa's resolve to seek justice became crystal clear. This wasn't just about money, it was about dignity. The courtroom saw emotional testimonies that painted a vivid picture of the trauma Vanessa endured. As more details about the deputy's reckless actions surfaced, the jury listened intently as witnesses described how the deputy shared the photos without any regard for the grieving families involved, turning an unimaginable tragedy into a spectacle. After weeks of deliberation, the verdict was finally announced, an order for the county to pay $28.5 million to Vanessa Bryant. While the financial settlement was substantial, many felt it fell short of offering true justice. Could any amount of money truly compensate for the violation of privacy during such a painful time? The result was met with mixed emotions. On one hand, it was a victory, enabling Vanessa to impose accountability on an institution that had crossed a significant line. On the flip side, the settlement was a harsh reminder of the pervasive issues within law enforcement and the need for systemic change. Vanessa's fight exposed how some in the force prioritized personal whims over the sanctity of life. This moment didn't just impact Vanessa, it reverberated throughout the community, igniting conversations about ethics, respect, and accountability within police departments nationwide. The outcome was a crucial stepping stone, encouraging others who face similar violations to speak up and demand respect. In the end, the court's decision marked more than just a conclusion to a lawsuit. It served as a beacon of hope for countless families grappling with the aftermath of tragic loss. Vanessa's journey would continue, shining a light on the need for compassion and respect in the face of tragedy, qualities that should never be forgotten. Kobe's legacy of loyalty. Loyalty is a concept often celebrated but rarely embodied as fully as it was by Kobe Bryant. It wasn't just a trait for him, it was a guiding principle that shaped every aspect of his life. So what does loyalty truly mean, and how did Kobe exemplify it? From his early years, Kobe showed an unwavering commitment to the game of basketball. Even as a teenager, he was often found in the gym long after practice ended, pushing himself to become the best. His relentless work ethic set a standard, illustrating that patience and dedication could lead to greatness. But Kobe's loyalty didn't stop on the court. He played his entire 20-season career with the Los Angeles Lakers, an extraordinary feat in today's sports world, where switching teams has become commonplace. The bond he built with the team and the city of Los Angeles was profound, enriching both his and the franchise's legacy. His decision to remain with the Lakers showcased his belief in the importance of commitment and loyalty, impacting fans and inspiring countless players to think twice before jumping to greener pastures. Then there's his family. Kobe was unapologetically devoted to his wife Vanessa and their daughters. He often spoke about the love he had for them, sharing how they were his true motivation. Anecdotes from his life reveal a devoted husband who made sure that family came first, often prioritizing time with them over endorsements. Additionally, Kobe understood the meaning of loyalty in friendships. His relationships with teammates, like Shaquille O'Neal, were both intense and complex. They weathered storms of challenges on and off the court, but their bond was ultimately built on mutual respect and loyalty. As a mentor to younger players, Kobe's loyalty extended beyond friendship. He took pride in helping others improve, championing their growth with a fierce determination. Kobe's unwavering loyalty also shone during times of adversity. Despite facing criticism and conflicts throughout his career, he remained true to his principles, refusing to compromise on his values or goals. His resilience in the face of challenges only reinforced his stature as a symbol of dedication in the sports world. Even after his retirement, Kobe's legacy of loyalty continues to flourish. Through initiatives like the Mamba Sports Academy, he inspired the next generation of athletes to embrace not only their skills, but also the importance of loyalty, whether to their sport, teammates, or community. In conclusion, Kobe Bryant's life offers profound lessons about loyalty that resonate far beyond the basketball court. His commitment to his craft, his team, and his family perfectly encapsulates what it means to be truly loyal. As we remember Kobe, it's essential to reflect. What lessons about loyalty can we take from his lasting legacy? Kobe's journey reminds us that loyalty is not just a choice. It is a way of life that keeps relationships strong and inspires greatness. Vanessa Bryant has emerged as a remarkable figure of strength in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Following the devastating loss of her husband Kobe and their daughter Gianna, she faced not only the emotional chasm left by their absence, but also the betrayal of those who chose to exploit their grief for personal gain. Instead of succumbing to despair, Vanessa channeled her pain into advocacy, refusing to let their memories fade into obscurity. Her commitment to uplifting others and honoring her family's legacy has become a source of inspiration. Through her philanthropic efforts, she has supported various initiatives aimed at empowering young women and promoting sports, especially basketball, something that held immense significance for her and her family. Additionally, Vanessa's outspokenness in the face of the injustices experienced by her family has sparked a much-needed conversation about respect for victims and their loved ones. By firmly standing her ground against the perpetrators of betrayal, she has become a voice for those who feel voiceless in the aftermath of tragedy. Ultimately, Vanessa Bryant is not just a grieving widow and mother. She's a warrior who has shown that even in the darkest moments, it's possible to emerge with purpose and dedication. Her strength serves as a poignant reminder that love and hope can endure, and that through advocacy, we can create meaningful change even in the aftermath of heartbreak. In closing, the heartbreaking saga of Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant serves as a poignant reminder of how love and loyalty can be put to the ultimate test. While Kobe inspired countless individuals with his unmatched work ethic and fierce dedication, the betrayal faced by Vanessa demonstrates the darker side of human nature, especially in the face of tragedy. Her bravery in confronting those who disrespected her family's memory showcases the power of resilience and justice. As Vanessa continues her fight for advocacy, she's not only honoring Kobe's legacy but also fighting for the dignity of all families who have suffered similar violations. This story goes beyond basketball. It's about courage, respect, and the quest for accountability in the wake of unimaginable loss. So, let us reflect on the importance of honoring those we've lost with compassion, and carry forward Vanessa's message of strength and perseverance in our own lives.